Hey guys, this is Coach KP, and over the course of the last 2 or 3 weeks, I found myself getting sucked into this, this universe of conspiracy theories where, I was at a situation of not knowing what to do with that information, and I found myself going into this, various rabbit holes of, at 1 minute totally believing whatever I'm seeing, and then the next minute I wasn't able to understand what they were saying, so I had to kind of do some side research and then debunk some of what I've seen, validate some of other things that I've seen, and it was just kind of driving me a little bit nuts. It was bringing me into this roller coaster ride that I didn't even know I was going into. So in other words, I was getting sucked into something that I wasn't truly wanting to get sucked into, and it's no one's fault that was happening to me. I guess it's just a part of me coming to an understanding and realization of what is happening to us and how we are again, divided by these videos on the side of the good and the side of the bad, and how that is affecting our well-being, and what to do about it. So as I was going through this, kind of an awakening process, a new wave of awakening process, as most of us, I guess, I had one of my dear friends actually send me this link this morning to this video by this lady named Landria Onkka. Okay, she makes this prediction of 2021, and I generally get sent a lot of links. Generally, tend to not click every single one of them, especially early in the morning. So I got this link sent to me at around 6 o'clock today, and I happened to click it, and the first 5 minutes of the video really just blew my mind. It gave me the verbiage that I was looking for about what was happening, and how my body and my conscious was reacting, and how my brain was going against my mind. How my brain was going against my body. Okay. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna play the first 5 to 10 minutes of that video. This would be me watching it second time. So kind of just going to do like a reaction type of a video here for the first 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, depending on where I feel like stopping at that moment, for you to really see and understand why conspiracy theories are also a part of the matrix. Okay, this is some mind-blowing stuff, and I recommend you go and watch this lady's video. I had never seen her videos before, and as I spent the last half an hour, 45 minutes watching and reflecting her video, I really appreciate what she has to say about 2021 and her perspective. You don't have to believe in the prediction. She doesn't make any crazy predictions either. So, it's not that this is some kind of a sock jock type of a thing happening here. It's not. She's very earnest in what she's giving to us in terms of what what kind of realizations she has had in the past few days. So I will put that link down below in the description section. I encourage you go look it up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna play this video and watch it with you guys, and possibly make some comments here. Okay.
I've got something good for you today. You're going to love this. Okay, I'm going to tell you some things that I got last night at a cray hour, which I actually had to email to myself to make sure I didn't forget. I got a major download about the predictions of our future. This is powerful and it's profound. Are you ready to hear them? Get your coffee. Get ready and be prepared to make some massive changes, of which can take you into the golden era. Let's go.
So that's her logo showing up. Landria Onkka. Again, I'll put the description below.
Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. No matter what's going on, that is possible. You see, when you go in an awakened state, what happens out there, it doesn't affect your spiritual involvement. In other words, when you go to a high frequency, this is the true test.
That is the true test.
If you want to know if you're awakened, right? Spend a week with your parents. I love that one, and it's true. Well, we can't do that right now anyways. I'm going to share with you some things that I had, let's just say, I don't even like to say predict, because
she's humble.
Prediction, as you know, if you watched my video, the 2020 predictions of Nostradamus.
I haven't watched that video. I need to go
Dolores
back.
Cannon's input, and Edgar Casey. The actual predictions, those of you who said, what were the predictions have not come to pass. Therefore, I'm not going to speak negative words of calamities that have gone way past the date where they were predicted, and they gave a big time period there, like 10 and 20 years.
What she's saying.
Now, we cannot predict the dates of anything, technically, because things shift, and we are in control. Those predictions have not come to pass because the prediction and the message of those three and many, many others who have given predictions was number one, and this was the good news of that video. The prediction is we are completely in control of
this
that
is true
future.
Every time, right?
And that through our spiritual involvement and raising our frequency, through our spiritual involvement, those were actual words, we determine whether these things shall come to pass. They have not.
That's huge.
All right, so get that crap out of your head, and we're going to talk about this right now. That whole video was about telling you the fabulous news that we have raised our frequency. That's why that hasn't happened. But what has happened now with the pandemic is purposeful. It is a reflection of us, what we've been believing and thinking, and that is we don't believe we are one. We've been separated. We don't want to go to our jobs. We can't stand how things are functioning. They're collapsing. We have literally created this.
Wow.
It's a good thing because it's going to take us into an era. We believe that when things like this happen, they're bad. And I'm not discounting the pain and suffering that's going out there. I'm just talking about the actual global change that's going on, this massive, drastic global change right now. What does it mean? I'm going to talk to you about something that I got downloaded last night.
This is it.
That
this
I had to write because it reflected everything that I have picked up. Now, every once in a while somebody say, who do you study? Where are you getting this information from? I'm not studying anybody. I have read books in the past by Ernest Holmes, the Master Key System, all the greats, but none of which I'm getting this information now because you can get this information. You don't need to read somebody else's stuff to know what's going to happen because you're always creating it.
So it's easy to
now,
forget.
I'm going to say one thing right now about where you're placing your focus, and some of you are still getting sucked into here's the conspiracy and the government's doing this and this is who created that. It is irrelevant. That is part of, listen to me right now, that is part of the conspiracy to get you to stay in a lower frequency.
That's the key.
We're the good guys. We're going to tell you who the bad guys are. But by the way, the stuff we're telling you is going to scare the crap out of you, and we can't prove it's, true anyways. And by the way, if we can prove it, you can't do anything about it. Where's your focus? You're getting sucked into that. They seem very credible, and there's some really great guys out there, by the way.
Amazing.
But what is the purpose of that? That keeps your focus away from the evolution, spiritual evolution of the planet, the raising of the frequency, and it keeps you down focused on the old stuff that has put us in this in the first place. In 2018, here we go.
All right, so I'm gonna cut the video off at this point because it's a great video. I think everyone should go back and watch it. I'm gonna stop it here because it's not really fair for me to go through this entire video of her, I want you to go on her channel and watch this, and maybe even watch those videos that she's talking about 2020, 2018, which I'm probably going to do at some point. But the key here is, she says it the best, right? Fear-based existence, fear-based mindset of being in this side of the good guys versus the bad guys, and this is that and that is that, and all of that may be true, but how much control do we have over that? And when we are focused on the good, the bad will die off. Okay, so the message here is that when we are at a truly awakened state, none of the negativity is going to seep inside of us. Okay, so it was a huge reality check for me to get this message. And I'm not saying, this is not a war against, people that believe in conspiracy theories. I don't even like to call it conspiracy theories, really, but, people that believe in alternative or, whatever things that are not mainstream, right? I don't know what the correct term for it is, but it's very important to keep your vibrations high and think about the highest good of yourself and everybody else around you. Okay, there is no need to fight, and that's the key concept that I have been learning at Rhys Thomas Institute, the mystery school that I go to, where there is really no point in going against something. And as I was watching these conspiracy theories, I really had that need to go against something when all I needed to do was keep my vibrations high and really look out for myself and my loved ones and the people all over the planet, and send them good vibrations and love, right? And what does that mean is, maybe you make that order through Instacart and give the person a big tip, or maybe you give a small donation to a local foundation near you, right? It could be, you putting on that mask when you walk on the street so that other people may not get contaminated, even though you may be a carrier in a good, healthy shape, right? So by doing these little things, we can help each other by calling our friends, family, right? We could help each other, but going into this negative state of mind where we are constantly being worried and in a fearful state of, this and that, and, I'm against this person's doing this, government is bad, this and that, is not helping anyone. And when I had that realization, I had a conversation with my mother, around that. And she said the same thing. She's like, focus on the highest good, and all of everything else is going to fall into place. And that is my message for today. That was a moment of awakening for me, and I quickly made this video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please go to this lady's channel. The description is below. And thank you very much for her to be making this video today. And thank you for CJ, my friend, for sending that video to me. I appreciate it. This has been, it's hit home. It's hit home. Thank you. Peace.